Now then, the very moment when a Norfolk schoolboy art sensation met the living legend that is, of course, Rolf Harris.
Kieron Williamson is something of a regular on Anglia tonight, whose pictures have fetched over £250,000.
Rolf Harris is an adopted national treasure, so we fixed up a masterclass for the dynamic duo, and Natalie Gray was there for it.
Let me just slosh that in and get rid of that white canvas.
One's 8, the other 80, and they're two of the most talked about artists of our time. Kieron Williamson is in London to have an art class with the old master himself, Rolf Harris. But the years quickly slipped by, and soon they were just like two little boys. Kieron from Holt in Norfolk has been nicknamed Mini Monet after becoming one of Britain's most collectible artists. In July, 33 of his paintings sold for £150,000 in just half an hour.
You could put just a line down there.
With that silver? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good. Good thinking.
Rolf, meanwhile, has become an adopted national treasure. Not only was Rolf 80 this year, but 2010 marks 65 years in art and 50 years since the release of Timey Kangaroo Down Sport.
Hey, perfect. Perfection, sir. I started drawing at 2 and 3 and I was painting when I was about 10. But I've seen his stuff, you know, and it's quite remarkable. I was never at that standard at that age. The first thing of any note I did was a self-portrait when I was 14, painted in the bathroom mirror.
In October, we travelled with Kieron to Cornwall, where he's buying a house with his earnings. He may be just starting out, but Rolf isn't planning to put his feet up any time soon.
Yes. Hey, very good.
2010 has been one of his busiest for years, with countrywide tours, a 6th performance at Glastonbury, and the release of a major art book, Rolf Harris, A Life in Art.
So, Michelle, what's it like seeing your boy paint with the legend that is Rolf Harris?
Oh gosh, it's overwhelming. I couldn't sleep last night. I was so excited, and Kieron has been excited for a good few days as well.
They vanish off to a point.
They seem generations apart, but at the same time, I don't know, just in the zone together. It's phenomenal, lovely.
Keith, let me ask you, it's all a bit surreal, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Just to see, you know, one of the living greats working with your son is just very overwhelming, really.
Rolf's new paintings are shown at the Clarendon Fine Art Gallery in Mayfair, and it's there that Kieron hopes to have a one-man, or should that be one-boy, exhibition in the spring. What is it like meeting the great man?
Amazing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Tell me why it's amazing, Kieron.
Because I've seen most of his works and now I get to meet the artist.
And to get a lesson from the great artist, what has that been like?
Awesome.
A Rolf-Kieron collaboration must be worth a small fortune.
That's very good.
Natalie Gray, Anglia News, Mayfair in London.
Oh, they really obviously had a great time together. It was interesting, actually. We spoke to Kieron's mum just before the programme tonight and asked how he was all getting on and just how he felt like it and what it was like there, meeting the great man. And she said that actually before he met him, Kieron actually hadn't been painting that much recently. And since then, since he's actually meeting Rolf, he's been painting like crazy,
Fantastic.
Which is great to see.
They looked a bit shocked, actually, stood there with their son, with Rolf Harris. Very strange.
Right, from those successful artists there to another whose week just gets better and better.
X Factor winner Matt Cardle's debut single is on course to become the Christmas #1.
When we collide, we come together. If we don't, we'll always be apart.
Yeah, great stuff. Official midweek figures show the 27-year-old singer from Little Maplestead in Essex is at the top of the charts with his track When We Collide.
A whopping 112,000 copies of the single were sold during its first day on sale. Can you believe that?
Yeah, but after the months of hard work, Matt, we hear, is hoping for a bit of rest and to spend Christmas at home with his family, putting his feet up in front of the fire, no doubt, having a bit of eggnog.
Yeah, and I think they're looking forward to having him to themselves for a bit. Right, the news hour moves on to national matters shortly. Here's what's coming up.
Right then, just when we managed to get rid of it all, it looks like the snow's coming back with vengeance.
Yes, Rachel can tell us more. How bad's it going to get, Rachel?
Hello, yes. Well, it's not looking too bad initially, but then into the afternoon we are expecting between 2 and 5 centimetres of snow generally, with up to 10 centimetres of snow in Norfolk and in Suffolk. But the big story tomorrow is going to be the ice, because we've got a very unsettled day followed by a dramatic drop in temperatures. There's the risk of widespread ice across the region, and of course that's making some very tricky driving conditions. So more snow and ice on the way. Let's take a look at the details.